I think Bruce, he always tries. He tries to do the right thing, you know. And when he first got the job at Newcastle, the fan didn't accept him because he wasn't Rafael Benitez. But if you look at his record, it's just as good as Rafael Benitez. But his name's Steve Bruce, and his name's not Rafael Benitez. And I think he's done a great job there. What Newcastle got to understand, that they're not going to be in with a chance to win the Premier League anymore. You know, and I think a lot of the fans still think, yeah, we've got a great opportunity to compete and try and win the Premier League.
Well, they say that's not their motivation for not at falling in love with Steve Bruce. They say that actually it's just a team that they want to have ambition as a team. But I think Steve has ambition. Yes.
I think he does. You know, there's no way he'd have took that job believing I've got no ambition, I just want to keep Newcastle up. No, I genuinely do believe, you know, Newcastle deserve more than that. You know, and I think Steve would try and take Newcastle as far as he can do, considering, you know, the funds he has and what kind of players he can bring into Newcastle United.
I stuck up for Benitez when he got a lot of stick, when he was setting his teams up not to get beat by the bigger team. I think from memory there was a game against Man City where Benitez set his team up just to lose 1-0 or 2-0, and Newcastle was struggling at the bottom. And you say to people, no, you don't want to get beat 5 or 6 because your confidence drains away. Yeah. You know what I mean? As a manager, you go, if we only get beat 1, so you say you've held Man City. The thing with Benitez is I don't think he actually got more expansive against the teams that you could go and take on, you know, like the middle and bottom tier. To be fair to Steve Bruce, I think he's very similar in setting up not to get hammered by the big teams. But you see, like West Ham away, against West Brom as well, the teams that are around him, I think he does go and tries to beat them. Exactly. Yeah. So if you look the week that they've had, they hadn't played, was it for 15 days, didn't they? Or 14, they had the COVID scare, didn't they? Where the training ground was completely shut down. They didn't get back to training.
About Isaac Hayden having the virus quite badly, and he was almost getting off his sick bed to play in that game yesterday.
Yeah, but I think that's what I think he's an old-fashioned sort of manager where his management is very good, and he trusts his players, and he just demands respect. And if you see if you're a Newcastle fan, you want to see your team give everything that they have, and they do for Steve Bruce. Yeah. And he added Callum Wilson. Everybody knew that they needed a goal scorer,
a proven goal scorer in the Premier League.
So he gives you a threat. Yeah. So they're never going to get rolled over by frying Italian or
and you say he's identified the fact they needed a proven goal scorer. He's gone out and get one. But not only has he gone out and got a proven goal scorer, but that guy has made a massive contribution to the upturn in form because he has had a sole hand. He has had a hand. He scored 9. Has he scored 9?
Been involved, I think.
He's scored 7. He's been involved in 9 of their 14 goals. That's a major sort of contribution to the way that they play.
Of course it is. And I look at this as well. You got to be a real good salesman as well to get players like Wilson to go to Newcastle. Newcastle's steeped in tradition. I was fortunate to play for the club. It's a fantastic football club, but it's not now what it was back when I joined Newcastle on the crest of a wave, and you know a lot of money is being spent on players to try and propel them forward to try and win the Premier League.
Hold on. When Kevin Keegan rang you up to get you to go to Newcastle and said, can you come up tonight and have a conversation about it? You said, no, it's laundry day. I'm doing my washing.
Okay, I rejected it for a day.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got to get your creases right. If you're going up, you've got to make sure your trousers are stay pressed. Do you know what I mean? You've got to make sure...
Stay pressed.
But, you know, ultimately, I feel a little bit sad because I think this could be a great thing for Newcastle if they could bring themselves to get behind Steve Bruce. And the reason I say that is because they had Alan Pardew and he took him to Europe and they weren't happy with Alan Pardew. And I know it's to do with the ownership first and then the manager second. I know the same is here as well because they think he's going to be a yes man to Mike Ashley. But they're in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. That's what Newcastle fans have been screaming for, wanting to challenge for trophies. They're halfway up the league. They're higher than Arsenal in the league. You know, they're not particularly...
That's the second reference.
They're not playing particularly brilliantly, I know, but they've got loads of points, 17 points. And he is, whether or not you recognise it or not, I know he was a former Sunderland manager, but he's a Newcastle fan.
He's one of them. He's one of theirs.
He loves the club. He's so proud of having the job. I know that he turned it down 17 years ago when circumstances didn't quite fit his own personal life. But are you going to hold that against him forever because he didn't take over from Sir Bobby Robson when he was offered the opportunity? Or do you just want to actually recognise that you're one of the only clubs in the country that have got a fan in charge?
Yeah.
And the others at Sheffield United and to a lesser extent, he was just a great player and ended up being a fan, Frank Lampard. But apart from that, you don't really get that authenticity in the managerial position very often, do you?
No, he knows what it means.
Yeah.
To the Newcastle, because when you go, you've played. When you go there, the whole city revolves around Newcastle United because it's one of the few. Before I'd been there, when you play, you go on the coach, you don't see what's going on around. You just get. But when you actually go, it's basically right in the middle.
It looms
right
over
in
the city.
Exactly, it's right in the city. Right.
Yeah.
So the mood of the city is the mood of the football club. That's how big it is.